Yoshi's house. Trying to think, have we seen anyone start in Player 2 yet? I don't think so, but we saw that at least once in the new Star World tournament. I think that person didn't notice until after YI2 as well, which was even more unfortunate. But yes, that is us underway. As I mentioned earlier, we have MatthewGamingLive going up against Monochrome. And this is a pretty close match. There's only about 10 seconds between these two. Matthew with an 11.28 compared to Monochrome with an 11.38. And definitely with PBs of those levels, it's even closer than what the times would suggest, because one mistake from either will swing the match in an entirely different direction. So very difficult to call. I know that Monochrome has been working on consistency. Not so sure about Matthew, but Matthew has a lot of experience with this game, so definitely expecting him to hold up pretty well this match. So, as I often say, any signs of nerves will show up in Y3, and just noticing that Matthew missed box jump there, but gets it second try around. Yeah, so any nerves can sort of show up in the form of a mistimed jump, or getting in your own head too much and then overthinking it, which is also can be sort of disastrous. Gotta let your muscle memory do the work. Monochrome looked very comfortable. Well, both looked pretty comfortable. Matthew with just a small slip up at the beginning, giving Monochrome that slight advantage for now. Yeah, choosing player 2 is totally fine. There's just about a 3 or 4 second transition after every level, because playing as Mario will be player 1. And then whenever Mario completes a level, player 2's go. The screen fades out and then it changes to Luigi. Plus, you've got all that extra overworld time, because the players move individually. So it's pretty disastrous if you do that in a race. You're really far behind, assuming you don't fix that. Ooh, and bit unfortunate for Matthew there. Definitely not the start that he was going to be looking for, but gotta just forget that happened, move on from it. It's very easy for something like that to unsettle you quite early on, which is understandable. Definitely don't want to be dying in the first split, but Matthew can definitely bring this back. Just stays calm. Monochrome with a pretty decent World 1, getting, I think, about a 3:15 whistle there. Pretty decent. Probably about 15 seconds ahead. I think that's probably about right. Probably a bit more. So I think both are playing on the Japanese version. I'm not sure. Let's see. Matthew is playing on... I'm going to guess the Japanese version. Yeah. Both playing in that Japanese version, getting that fast save and continue after Iggy's, saving that half a second for the US version. Ooh, and Monochrome with a very nice cape grab, looking very slick. Very, very comfortable play so far from Monochrome. And not so sure about that flight speed, looks pretty slow to me. Though still getting a pretty high 360, so that's not bad. Pretty solid start for Monochrome. Has to be said. So DS1 is where we sometimes see things go downhill a bit for less experienced players. This is a pretty difficult level, very technical level as well. I reckon both will be going for dry room. Monochrome with a fairly decent dry room, so losing the shell pretty much instantly, which is unfortunate. Gotta be careful not to get hit by those fish, kinda close. Ooh, and that was nearly a very, very nice P-switch hit. Oh, and Matthew losing the shell as well. So DS1 being a bit sketchy for both right now. Wow. Wow, Matthew got so close to getting hit there. I really felt like he was going to get hit. Thankfully not. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Matthew with an opportunity here to get back in the lead. Definitely to save some major time. That was nearly very, very nice. Make me sort of nervous. It looks like Matthew is going to be in the lead from this point. Wow, Monochrome really struggling to get the P-speed, and tears in the end. That is not good. That is not good at all. What has happened? Oh, really, TLD? Oh, no way. I'm already delaying like crazy. Okay, well, heck. I'll just delay even more. Oof. Major oof. Dang, Matthew. So yeah, Matthew with a very convincing lead at this point. Any uncertainty that he must have been feeling earlier, probably fading away somewhat. Still a lot to go. This is far from over, but definitely a nice reprieve from Matthew, or for Matthew. Just finishing off with Big Boo. Matthew entering Star World 2. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people have issues with Star World 2. If you're feeling even the slightest bit uncertain with Star World 2 before going into your race, you need to just learn where to start descending. Because of all of the levels, you don't want to be getting hit in Star World 2. It should be one of the most free levels in the entire run. But I've seen a lot of new players having issues with it. Getting hit or starting to descend too late, and then those other rip-bound fish are getting involved. Yeah, Monochrome zips are probably a bit better than Matthew's. About an 85, which isn't too bad. Yeah, so the amount of people that I've seen trying to descend after those last 5 rip van fish, there are quite a lot of people that were doing that. And then it starts to get a bit hairy once those guys wake up. Okay, and going for room 2, and Matthew misses the door fly. I actually noticed earlier whenever he was practicing that, where that was happening quite a bit. So it looks like he's jumping at the right time after the room transition, but isn't getting it before entering the room, it seems. And a nice room 5, no problem. Should be pretty good to win to this Bowser fight with a lead of about a minute. Oh, and losing the cape. So could make this fight a bit more interesting, at least. And yeah, that's so unfortunate to see that happen with Monochrome. Just missing that cape pump, that very last cape pump, possibly just going that little bit too early. So just feeding that baby Yoshi. And even though they're, yeah, okay, actually, looks like they are going to take the cape. I was going to say, like, I see a lot of people feed the baby Yoshi, but even if you do feed the Yoshi, you're still recommended to get cape, therefore you should just get cape instead of also getting the Yoshi. Yeah, agreed, Star World 4 definitely sucks. And it's so easy to mess up Star World 4 in a race. Like, it's a nervy enough level without having to do it in a race as well. And I was just noticing that Matthew was taking that pity shroom. Definitely makes sense. There's no pride in wanting to make sure that you're definitely going to win a race. And with a lead of about a minute, you don't want to even have a 1% chance that you're going to die. You want to just make sure that you're going to finish up this fight and take down an otherwise free victory from this point. So yeah, things were looking a bit uneasy for Matthew earlier on, but looks like he's going to be finishing out pretty strong here. There are 2 hits in it. And I have to say, that second Mega Cup of his 3, that was a very, very fast hit. But very nice. That's a 1-0 victory to Matthew. Congratulations on that first race. He only needs to take down 1 more race in order to have the match. Otherwise, we're going to a interesting background. That chroma key? Or is it just glitched? Classic MGL green. I think I should get my walls painted that color. Get a big can of classic MGL green. It is a good shade of green though, I have to say. And Matthew, with the collapse, make this run official. I'm pretty sure both Calco and I should be disqualified from the tournament. I don't think either of us did collapse, though then again, I basically never do. Oh wow, I quite like that. It is a nice background image. And Monochrome finishing up with a 1327. So definitely a bit down on their luck in Secret House. That de-escalated pretty quickly from having about a 15-second lead to losing about 10 seconds, having to wait on that boo ring, and then not getting peak speed and eventually falling down the hole, which definitely less than optimal. But yeah, Monochrome was looking pretty solid until just those 2 mistakes. Obviously, that other mistake being Star World 4. Very easily happen. But from a spectator's point of view, I sort of hope that this goes 1 each. I'd definitely like to see a tiebreaker between these 2, but it may not be needed if Matthew just takes down this next race. Start race SW. That's not SMW. Alright folks, the new race room is open. Yeah, giving that star on the layout, very, it feels pretty good. Click the star, ding, there you go, you get a star. I like that moment. Alright folks, we will be back in about a minute or two for race 2. Matthew takes this down, the match is his, otherwise we're going to a tiebreaker. Definitely best of luck to both runners. I'm looking forward to seeing what might be the conclusion of this match. Also, welcome Shady Force. What's up? Welcome Marcelo. Fitz, you, how you doing? Mandarive. Giraffe Killer, what's up? I think I've said hello to everybody else as well. Good evening, Fitz. So I suppose while we've got a bit of downtime, let's have a look at the calendar. We have a match coming up at 8 PM Eastern. Oh, actually, never mind. Forget I said that, because I'm pretty certain that that match will not be happening. Which is unfortunate, but you know, these things happen. Things happen. Although, if that's the case, as it stands, we don't actually have anything scheduled until Wednesday. Or, no, actually, until Tuesday is technically Wednesday for me because it's at 12 AM. But on Tuesday, we will have, we'll have 3 matches. We're going to have, like, 32 versus Jeddah. Wow, that's a good match. And we'll also have Shady Force versus the winner of Frontig and Jedab. Oh, I love run-on matches. They're really good. And we'll also have Weird Waldo versus Lindrum. Weird Waldo, a very good player. Lindrum had been showing a lot of promise as well. So yeah, it might be a bit quiet over the next day or two if people don't schedule. I'll definitely miss the matches, but pretty nice to have a little break. Oh, looks like you're going to be on Tuesday. All right, good. Yeah, that's interesting, Matthew. I hadn't actually noticed that before. So I think Monochrome might just be taking a moment before their next race. I'm not sure. Like sometimes I like to have a couple of minutes of downtime before my next race. Like for my first race, where I was going into match 2 1-0 down, I definitely needed 2 or 3 minutes to recompose myself, get back in that spirit of things. Had to really make myself wanted. Winning 2 in a row is a big ask. It doesn't matter who you're going up against, but it can be done. Yeah, this bracket is it's progressing very nicely. We had a very nice victory for Xander Webb today versus Steven. Um, I'm sure Xander wouldn't mind me saying. A somewhat unexpected victory. Someone of Steven's caliber is going to make their opponent work for absolutely everything, but Xander managed to pull it off. That was a very nice win. That was 2-1 to Xander. That was a good match. So yes, it's versus Area 51. I mean, obviously, you know, no offense, Fitz, it would be the same for me. Obviously, Aaron is the seeded favorite going into this. But I think I think Fitz is very underrated going into that match. Not only if you look at what happened in round 2 with Aaron, but you know, it's hard to be invincible in 11 exit. This is such a high variance category. Um, we've already seen one upset, like one major upset, and we've nearly seen a couple more as well. So it definitely can happen. Consistency being the most important thing, being far more important than what your PB is. Yeah, it's lagging like crazy. Oh, wow. Slideshow mode. I love the extra mega goodness. Just like, here, have these, why not? Yeah, your Super Famicom must be screaming in pain. Too much to process. Okay, though. Looks like whenever Matthew's done with these two Bowsers, we might be getting close to getting ready to go. Alrighty. We will be getting started once Matthew has readied up. Yes, good luck to both in race 2. I'm looking forward to this. As I said, from a spectator's point of view, it would be quite nice to see this go to a tiebreaker, but Matthew will definitely be hoping to just take this down 2-0. It can cause a lot of nerves going into a tiebreaker after having won the first one. And it is definitely within his reach, but had Monochrome just avoided those 2 mistakes last run, we could be looking at a very different outcome. And it definitely could be that way. Those mistakes are sort of uncommon. So I think overall Monochrome played very well last time, having to deal with some pretty unfortunate scenarios. So both passing up on the opportunity to get 361 for that World 1 swag. Let's see how Y3 goes this time. I know Matthew had a bit of an issue with box jump the first time. Looking pretty good this time. And I would be expecting Matthew to get a 259. Based on how Monochrome's playing, it's going to be a 258, which is still really good, obviously. Yep, and as predicted, 259 versus a 258. Yeah, so the difference being how long they were on those moving brown platforms. You're wanting to stay in those brown platforms as long as you can, because as you're running at P speed, they're also moving forward, just carrying an extra pixel every so often. So it is enough to add up across the level for 1 in-game second. Both passing up in the shell jump again this time. I would highly recommend that if you're not going for the shell jump, stomp on that shell, it gets rid of lag. Most of the times it'll be very minor lag, but sometimes that shell can cause a reasonable amount of lag, so definitely spin jump on that shell. So as it stands, I think Matthew might be about a second ahead. Oh, and Matthew not getting that first cycle, so pretty much overturning that very marginal lead. Monochrome probably ahead by 4 or 5 seconds. Also, losing that fire pretty much negates the possibility of going for room 5. Matthew went for room 5 last time, so we'll need to be taking a different approach. Probably we'll just have to go for room 7. Room 7 being my personal choice, but it's very, very unpopular, and rightly so. Room 7 is very, very challenging. And Matthew having a couple of issues at the start of DP1. Again, giving Monochrome a very, very nice lead at this early part of the race. And also landing on the clouds as well. Yeah, thankfully room 7 isn't that much slower. I think it's like 0.1 or 0.2 slower. It might not even be that much. But yeah, I agree. I really like room 7. Yeah, I think Matthew put it pretty well in the chat. It was a bit of an unusual mistake from him to make. Very nice dry room for Monochrome. Wow, and these frame rules are okay. Well, maybe not that last one, but wow, those frame rules were damn cooperative. Sorry, I couldn't help but react to that a bit early. That was close. I don't know how Monochrome didn't get hit there. Oh, okay. Things are getting a bit tricky here. Again, Ghost House seems to be that hurdle for Monochrome. And from the looks of things, Matthew might have a very good chance of being in the lead after this again. Ooh, some of these strats that I've seen in Ghost House make me very, very uncomfortable. It only makes me uncomfortable because I know that some of them are just risking a lot. Yeah, that float as well. It's a bit of a weird approach, but I suppose it's consistent. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. very goofy. Okay, heading into Star World, there isn't very much in this. Probably about 5 seconds coming out of Ghost House. Probably not even that much. So Zips could reverse this lead. Oh, and getting closer. Looks like Monochrome will still have a marginal lead. Sorry, what I mean, not Zips, I mean Super M37 Smashola. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? As always, I will point out that that is an amazing emote. I really like it. Good work, Resi. Super M37 Smashola. Yeah, so Matthew had pretty decent Super M37 Smasholas. I noticed that Matthew plays it pretty safe on the second set of Zips, opting for smashing four bricks and then attempting a Zip, which can be a bit unpredictable at times as well. I think that second set of Zips case of what is technically the more difficult strat, it's actually just more consistent. Wow, pretty low here, pretty low. Whew. Yo, and Shitty Force Games with that tier 1 subscription. Enjoy the Super M37 Smashola. Thank you very much for the sub. Okay, so keeping it very, very close going into front door. Absolutely. Zips are 100% if you have that emote. Wow, and we're going to get to see the difference between room 5 and room 7, and that probably took the exact same amount of time. Ooh, well, Matthew has edged into the lead with that dark room. Wow. Well, guys, I think I'm going to let this match speak for itself. This is very, very tense. It's a very close one here. Going to hinge entirely on this Bowser fight. And wow, Matthew isn't going for cave kill. That's very surprising. I don't know if this is a considered percentage play or what, but honestly, I thought Matthew would be going for cave kill. Oh, well, he unlearned cave kill apparently. Well, hopefully for Matthew, he hasn't unlearned ball skip. Otherwise, we could be in a bit of trouble here. I think Monochrome at this point has edged into the lead. Definitely a continued good Bowser fight will consolidate that lead. Wow, and making me nervous, flying about all over the screen there, attempting that third hit. I have to say though, Monochrome looking in pretty good shape here. Don't want to commentators curse it, but it's been looking pretty good so far. And I've somewhat lost count of how many bowling balls Matthew's got. I think he might have got 4 or 3, I don't know. Oh, and Monochrome missing that 5th hit. That definitely was far too early. Still probably be good enough. And you, very nice. Have to say that I'm pretty impressed by that Bowser fight. Obviously, that fifth hit was a bit early, but that was a very solid cape kill. And seeing cape kill from someone that's ranked 80th seed, I've got to be honest, it's not fully expected. But that was enough to clutch out that match. Very well done. Big congrats to Monochrome. Very, very well done. And it looks like Matthew is finishing out and got a time of, I'm not sure because he's already reset his timer. I suppose I can just check an SRL. 11:52 compared to Matthew's 12:24. Okay, congrats, both runners. We are going into a tiebreaker. I'm really, really looking forward to this. I'm definitely glad that it's not over. Matthew, on the other hand, probably not feeling quite the same way. But hopefully for him, he'll be determined to take this one down. Monochrome has to be feeling pretty positive right now after that last demonstration. Definitely showing that even though they're seed number 80, they're not going down without a fight. So I was very impressed by that run. Both times Ghost House has stuck out to me as Monochrome's main issue. If they were to reflect on either of those runs, it would definitely be Ghost House. But yeah, we will be right back for our tiebreaker in just a moment. Don't go away. And I'm going to say that if we get started on the R, that'd work. Unless both are ready now, in which case we can get started, I suppose. Yeah, I actually think both are ready, so that's fine. I'm ready, so I'm going to back out of the race room. And we're good to go at any point. We're just waiting on both racers to ready up. And Matthew is readied up. We're so close to getting started here. Getting our tiebreaker underway. Very exciting. And Monochrome has readied up. So it looks like we're good to go. Definitely wishing both runners the best of luck. Both showed very, very promising signs in both races. Obviously a couple of jitters here or there, but that's very much how 11 exit is. Again, players at these levels are going to see sort of big swings caused by very, very little. Yes, best of luck to both runners. Again, both are looking very solid. Monochrome not staying in those brown platforms very long at all, so probably looking at a 250 again. If you learn YI3 with those brown platforms in mind, getting a 259 is very, very consistent. But we've been seeing a lot of newer runners just sort of opt to pass over those brown platforms. But you can save up to about half a second, I believe, maybe a bit more, by taking advantage of those platforms. Both looking pretty good in YI4. Literally just as I say that, losing E-speed there just momentarily. Well, I agree that surviving is definitely pretty decent, but I don't know, it's pretty consistent. It really is. Oh wow, we have some early drama. Wow, that's unexpected. I have to say that's pretty unexpected. Yeah, taking a Deph, that first Koopa. So thankfully, couldn't take it much earlier, so that's the one thing you can take away from it. Spoilers, I waited like well over 5 seconds. Wow. Blame Twitch, I don't know. To be fair, I'm a sort of unnecessary add-on anyway, so if anything big happens, I'll just I don't know, I'll just say nothing. Yeah, so thankfully for Matthew, it isn't too big. It's probably not even more than 10 seconds. Let me see. 36 compared to... Yeah, so Matthew's about 8 seconds behind at this point. Yeah, Twitch has been so janky though recently. It's been so bad. But I think they're probably just doing some server stuff. Usually what it would be. Okay, so Matthew had a couple of issues with DP1. Hopefully it'll go a lot better this time. Monochrome hasn't had any issues with DP1, which is really good. Oh, Matthew looking a lot smoother there. That looked good. Looked very, very comfortable. I have to say, I quite like that Monochrome has 42 coins. There's something quite aesthetically pleasing about that. Not as good as 69 coins, but 42, it's a good start. Also, I'm 10 years old. Yeah, DS1. We usually get to see a lot of action DS1. As I said earlier, very tech-heavy level. Lots of opportunities for little things to go wrong. Quite easy to lose your cape in this level. Monochrome had been looking very comfortable in oh no. Oh, Matthew. Well, that's going to be tough. I'm going to say that Matthew's going to go back for cape. I think he should. Oh yeah, I totally agree, Shitty. Probably my favorite level as well. It's frustrating, but I really enjoy it. I also sort of consider it a speciality of mine. I think I'm quite consistent at it. And I know that Monochrome had been having a lot of issues with Secret House, so well, okay. Well, it ain't over yet in terms of needing to go back for cape. I don't know. Have we been seen in the same room together? I don't know. I wish the same could be said about me and Waz Manan, but I'm bad at this game and he's good. Another player that hails from around this neck of the woods. Waz Manan being the former No Cape No Star World record holder. Held it for about 2 years before Falco, I believe. Okay, so Mono making the very sensible decision to go back for cape, but Matthew will have the lead at this point. Only very marginally, though. Ooh, very nice first zip from Matthew. Well, it's still pretty close. The drama continues. There's, wow, probably like 2 seconds ahead for Matthew. Wow, this is so close. I'm pretty confident that Matthew's keeping track of where Monochrome is. I'm not so sure if Monochrome is checking up on Matthew, but if they are, oh, the nerves are going to be pretty high at the moment, I'd suggest. Well, I'm hoping that Star World 4 is going to go well. I know that Monochrome has been having a couple of issues with it. Can be pretty challenging, especially with being a race. Sortaloo again! Sortaloo! Wow, okay. Oh, okay. Scaring me. Okay, and Matthew finally getting that door fly, which is nice. Yeah, it was pretty close still. I reckon this is probably going to come down to the Bowser fight again. Well, fairly safe Darkroom for Monochrome again. I understand the decision to play it that way, but losing a lot of time. Is it just, yeah, Matthew passing up in the hip kill again? I definitely understand why. If he's not feeling confident that he knows how to do it, it makes sense. But giving Monochrome a really, really good opportunity here again, even a fairly competent Bowser kill is going to take Monochrome into the lead again. Matthew is probably about 10 seconds ahead going into this fight, but probably already within about 2 or 3 seconds again. This is very, very close. Now, the only thing that I would mention about Monochrome's cape kill, their third hit is pretty ropey. I'm not sure if that's how they always approach it, but we're going to see. Because that third hit the last time made me feel very nervous. And what did I just say? Well, I yet to somewhat forecast that, but yeah. Definitely needs to optimize that third hit a bit. What I would recommend is you run with P-speed to the right, you get that flight, and all you do is tap left once, very, very slightly, just to make Mario face to the left. Then you can just drop that Mecha Koopa on Bowser. You don't want to be flying all over the screen, trying to get that final hit. And look at how close this is. Look at how insanely close this. Oh, wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who would have known that it would come so close? But I'm not sure what happened to Matthew in that fight, but I'm going to say that there were mishaps in Phase 2, because I thought it was over for Monochrome getting an extra full cycle in Phase 2. But massive, massive congrats to Monochrome. A very well-deserved victory. My recommendations would be Ghost House and Hit 3. Working those two, and you're a really competitive player. Well, if they didn't done, oh well. Oh, whoops. Well, I have to say, Matthew, unfortunately, it wasn't even like sort of. Well, I mean, it was within 10 seconds, but it was a very decisive win. Unfortunately, yeah, that was such a close match. I'm really, really glad that I was here to commentate this. Probably one of my top 5 matches. It's very unfortunate for Matthew. I do feel bad for Matthew. I obviously come quite close to a victory in both that second and third match, but it was a lot of fun to watch. It really was. Why, Matthew, did you vote against yourself in this? Otherwise, surely it doesn't make any difference. Wow, rigged. So rigged. Vote against yourself and then... no, you should have. Yeah, I mean, if I predicted this match, I probably would choose it that way, but obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't see that Monochrome is going to improve and play so well. Definitely a very competitive player, and will be improving their seed by quite a lot. Massive congrats to Monochrome. Very impressive match. Taking it down 2-1 after being 1-0 down. Very difficult. It's a big ask. Sure, both are welcome to join us for a quick chat if they so wish. If not, then we can wrap it up. But I'd be interested to hear the runners' thoughts. Hello, Matthew. What's up?
Fun Police fails to kill fun in the dinosaur land.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
That's all I have to say. Oops.
Oof. That would be a pretty good summary, I guess. Nah, I do feel bad.
It put me to win the match if I won this one, so now my bracket is like actually really busted.
It can't really matter that much. Like, how many? Yeah, I can't see it mattering at all.
Yeah, losers bracket matches are only 1 point.
Yeah.
Everyone. So
I mean, if
really,
everyone
it mostly matters because the two predictions that are ahead of me put Louis to win, but I put Silver Star to win. Stop streaming. I can't show you the broken Bowser anymore. That's a shame.
Louis Silvers. Where are those matches?
What?
Louis and
that's just what they put on their bracket to win.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, well, that was a pretty good race. Like you were in the stream the whole time, right? Like,
yeah.
You could see where. Yeah.
Oops, I think I forgot how to play this game.
I think it came down to Cape Kill both times. I think if you'd done Cape Kill, you would have just won. Like both times you were ahead going into Bowser. Now, like, obviously you messed up a bit in that last fight. Well, you must have, because Monochrome missed the third hit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have two controllers. One of them has a clicky D-pad and a mushy D-pad, and I'm using the mushy one just because the A, B, X, Y buttons are actually okay. And I haven't swapped all the rubbers yet, so rubber.
Yeah, mine's fairly in between. It's quite nice. I can't tap the D-pad too quick. It's like, it feels like it takes so long to press a direction.
Like, if you see me in the Iggy auto scroller, I enter the door so late because I can't actually press up and right at the same time without it like dying. Yeah,
you missed the fence one time. You died missing the fence, and then obviously in that last
one. I probably pressed A too early, or maybe too long. I don't think it was because it wasn't. Oh, yeah, that part I usually fall off. But
yeah. Well, I don't know. Hopefully you had fun, or what
fun
limited
police
you can have with SMW.
I only have fun breaking Bowser.
Yeah. Have you any hot tips for this tournament? Have you anyone that you're looking at and you're thinking, I think they have a good chance of winning?
Xander. I think Xander could win the tournament. He defeated an 8th seed, so I think he could definitely defeat a 4 seed.
Logic would dictate, although logic would also dictate that a 4 seed will not be losing to a time like 12:36. Like, obviously, Xander's victory today was really good. Like, it was a solid victory.
I don't even watch any of the races.
Oh, right, fair enough. Yeah, well, his first race, he got a PB, so there's nothing you can't take away from that. But his second win, like, Stephen got like a 1340 or something.
Oh my god!
I have to say,
it's like a 132.
It's somewhat unforgivable, but anyway, that match was really good. Yeah, I mean, my instincts would tell me, well, I think Volpe has a very good chance of going far. Like the amount of experience he has. Obviously, Aaron. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to say, "Oh, I think Aaron's going to do well in 11 out of 20."
Yeah, just give him clout and see what happens.
Well, I suppose, yeah. I think Louis could do quite well. Obviously, you have Bob. All very solid choices. But yeah, my hot tip would be Volpe, possibly. Volpe's going to do very well. Or me, I think I'm going to do really well. So we all know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
There's my other hot tip.
You beat Calco. We all share the beating Calco experience.
Well, the beating Calco experience in my first race, like it's not really an experience I want to have to produce, but thankfully I clutched that.
Just
whenever
like
I lost the first one, I was so certain. I was done. But no, that was a brilliant match. Like that was probably the closest match of any of them, so I was very happy with that. But I've got Dactyl coming up. It's a pretty hard matchup. I'm not going to take it for granted, but I'm feeling good about it. So yes, folks, we have rambled, and we have shouted bracket.
Someone already scheduled a match that wasn't decided yet.
Huh? Sorry?
Shady Forces already...
Oh, well, that match is directly after, like, the winner. Right, so that match plays, and then Shady Force will play the winner of that match. So it works. It's pretty good. But yeah, folks, thank you so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Matthew, I hope you've had a lot of fun.
Now that I'm gone, it's all over. You don't need to watch anymore.
Yeah, but you need to police the fun still. And you have that.
Sorry,
that
kind
bracket
of had uncontrollable fun in Bowser today.
So, have to say, your bracket science. I mean, you have me versus Louis, and Louis wins. Where's the fun in that? Monochrome? No, the fun in that being that's the sensible decision.
People put me to win. I'm pretty sure every prediction put me to win against Monochrome. 120 out of 20.
Monochrome, congrats.
So no one will be scoring any points for that match.
That was
all part of the strategy.
That was very impressive.
Good game, Matthew.
Yeah, good game.
So, I was mentioning earlier, Secret House, that was pretty much the only thing that consistently gave you problems. Obviously, that one death in Star World 4, but other than that...
Sure, I did well all 3 times. So the one thing that I could do.
Yeah, Ghost House was your strong point. I think in 2 of the 3 races, you went ahead in Ghost House after being quite behind. But yeah, Ghost House is pretty much the only thing. I was very impressed by your Bowser fight, Monochrome.
Thanks. I was practicing it earlier.
Yeah, the only thing that made me nervous about your second fight was your 3rd hit, because obviously you were going sort of all about the top of the screen, trying to get that hit on Bowser. So whenever you're running to the right and then flying up, you just tap left, make Mario fly right. It just makes it a lot easier.
Tap left.
Yeah, I have some problems with the Cape Kill flying around. It's kind of difficult. I go by feeling,
yeah, the rest of your Cape Kill is
down, but I went really well.
The rest of your Cape Kill is perfect. Like, it looks so good. It's so consistent. So it's just that 3rd hit. But I was very impressed by how you played.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so I mean, how did you feel about your those 3 races then?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, how did you feel about those races then?
How did you feel about what? I'm sorry.
Oh, the races. Like, just how do you feel in general about the match? races?
I feel really good about it. I started training 11 exit like almost a month ago, I think. I started speedrunning Super Mario World, and it's just been a blast, you know. I'm really proud that I at least got a match in this tournament. I don't know, I'm probably not gonna go much far away from this tournament, but overall, I think it's pretty good. Getting a match, it's pretty good.
Let me see. Oh, you're going up against Lessness. I think you have a very good chance in that match. I mean, Lessness is a competitive player. Lessness is good, but you might be my favorite going into that. But it's close. It's a close match. So.
Well, you know, 0% of people predicted it, so we'll figure this out.
I suppose, yeah. Obviously, Eric plays the winner of that. Eric is
Eric's in the losers bracket already?
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, I probably predicted that. Oh, never mind.
Eric went up against Drums Cat.
Surprise.
That's pretty difficult. But yeah, I'm looking forward to your next match. Good luck with that. And
Thanks.
I hope you had fun, Matthew.
I did. Actually, no, I didn't. Whoops. That's not following the script.
Alrighty. If you have anything else you want to say, feel free. Otherwise, we're good.
I'd like to thank the organizers, you know, people who are organizing this tournament. They're very awesome, and I'm having a blast. And that's pretty much it. Thanks to the organizers and the people who are watching and rooting for me or against me, whatever. I guess I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna watch the VOD, I think. See what
you'll enjoy that.
Right.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks to you guys for participating and giving us these really awesome matches. So keep up the good work, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right.